Warning, there may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alex, it's almost to the end, buddy.
I know.
The end of the regular shows where we take a break and probably only take a break for a month.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a month, honestly. We'll see. We'll see. I need at the very least, I need a few weeks.
Yeah.
Is just what I need.
It's gonna be weird not having this to do every week in some capacity.
Yeah, EJ, we have not had a break since September of 2022 because the show started October of 2022 and we have not had a break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always been at least one of us on a show.
It's been a fun ride.
Yeah,
it's been fun to watch and be a part of.
It has. Like I said, we might have something planned, but I can't say it yet.
But
Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored. EJ, pick some quick. Pick.
Purified water.
Great value.
Yeah, baby. 30 pack, $5. Can't beat it.
Yeah. So, these shows, it's just like we don't really know, like, what to say at the time of this recording in terms of the March Madness stuff. Nothing's changed really. So it's
Sweet 16 starts tomorrow.
Yeah, Sweet 16 starts tomorrow. Opening day is tomorrow.
Dude, I've never watched this much basketball in my life. I literally watched basketball from like noon to like 9 p.m. on Sunday.
It's my favorite day of the year, and I was sick the first day of March Madness. Like I had a fever.
Pain.
And I'm sitting downstairs on the couch suffering through it, just zonked on NyQuil, just staring at the TV like my bracket. I had a perfect going through day one, and I was having fever dreams about winning millions of dollars on a perfect bracket. And then I'll go on my rant when Mikey gives me the cue, but I'll tell you why my bracket's not perfect this year.
Oh no, I forgot.
EJ.
I forgot.
They just came up on my screen now. EJ, did you see the clip of Chris Jericho getting into the argument with that 8-year-old on Collision?
That was funny. Say what you want about Chris. He provides a funny moment every now and then.
Yeah. So also, I wanted to start off by with the once and only time that I get to talk about wrestling because EJ's here.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. This is going to be a very hot take that are going to piss a lot of WWE fans off. Other than John Cena and Cody Rhodes, because I'm having a great time.
Oh yeah,
I'm having a great time. I don't care if it's off the rails already. I'm enjoying it. That's all that matters to me. There really isn't anything else that I'm excited for WrestleMania.
I know
I'm
why.
Sure the card will be good, but like in terms of build, I'm just like I'm not excited. I really am not.
I know because you're a Punk hater. You're not excited for the eminent three-way that is going to happen between Rollins, Reigns, and Punk.
But okay.
But that build, I think, is really fun. I think finally pulling because listen, we talk about how long-term the Shield storyline has been. But it doesn't matter what they're fighting for. So okay, listen. I'm telling you this right now. I don't care if the Intercontinental title wasn't a title. If I got to watch Sheamus, Walter, I refuse to call him Gunther, and Drew McIntyre just beat the crap out of each other for a match, I don't care if it was the Intercontinental title. I'm glad that match was on the Mania card. That's how I feel like this is going to be. It's just one of those ones where it's not going to main event. I mean, it might main event. It should.
Yeah. Compared to Jey Uso and Gunther, the GOAT MJS coming out right now.
But yeah, I'm just saying it's one of those matches where we talk about the Shield storyline being this long-term thing, and you finally get to weave the last important thread, which is Punk is who introduced these guys, and now he's fighting the guys he helped introduce into the company. It's cool. I think it's a lot of fun. But the build has been suspect. I did like when CM Punk called Seth Rollins Grimace. Anytime you reference Grimace, I'm a happy man, and that's just funny to me. So that was good. But yeah, the CM Punk 3-way is probably the second best match going into Mania. It's gonna be it feels like one of those WrestleMania 35 builds where you're like, this is gonna kind of suck, right? Like you got two good ones, but then they're just gonna over deliver.
Yeah. So can we finally agree that the Jey Uso experiment was stupid?
Not until the match is finished. Not until the bell rings, man.
Okay.
Not until the bell rings.
Crowd reaction, it's the same. Which in most cases, that's all that matters. I'll admit, that's all that matters, and he still has it. But boy, in terms of build,
it's brutal.
It's brutal,
but
it's brutal. I will say though, Jimmy slapping him was pretty funny. I can't even lie.
That was tough, dude. It was stiff.
It was like, boo. Oh my god, I could see MJF on. I don't even know what he's saying, and he's just going.
Yeah, Jimmy don't play about his brother. That's what Big J.
I will say that there was this one before we move on to remind me that AEW spot from last week, and anybody that knows what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. Alex, there was one. It's when Sami Zayn was part of the Bloodline, and they were in the locker room, and Sami was like, and Jay was not having it with Sami yet, because it's like you invite somebody to their family, you don't trust them or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Sami's like, see, we're gonna go out to dinner, we're gonna go to Waffle House, and Jay goes like this. He goes to
Waffle House? Yeah, exactly. They perked up.
Good old Waffle House. But
Waffle House?
Real quick, what's your guys' Waffle House order?
I've never been to a Waffle House in my
Neither
life.
have I.
Dude, you guys are missing out. It's so nice. I miss when you were able to smoke in Waffle Houses. I wasn't alive for that, but that just sounds like a great time.
I almost got Alex to speak up now.
I wish I could, get hungover in Daytona Beach, walk into a Waffle House at 4 a.m. because they're 24 hours, light up a cigarette, and just chow on like 2 waffles and some hash browns. That's what I really need in my life.
Do you know what I miss? I'm telling you, something about EJ. You ever been to Baden Bowling Alley?
No.
The bowling alley in Baden, right over by Ambridge. Okay, so.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No. I have not been there. I know where that is. Like
when I was a
kid, so many times.
When I was a kid, me and my family used to go there bowling like every weekend, straight up. I'm telling you, 6-year-old me will be sitting there inhaling the combination of the chalk pouches we had for bowling to dry our hands and all the secondhand smoke because you were still allowed to smoke in bowling alleys. Let me tell you, I was a different kind of animal in those bowling lanes back then.
Dude, I'm telling you, it would be it's a detriment to the experience that you can't do it. Like, just have a designated night. It doesn't have to be every day. Give me a Saturday night after 12. Well, then you're losing a lot of high school business. Give me a Thursday night after 10 p.m. You card everyone. They have to come in. I can light up as many cigarettes and drink as many beers at that bowling lane as I can. You would get so much business. So much business. Or a cigar. I'm saying you're chilling on a stogie while bowling some strikes.
Okay.
I'm sitting here looking at my humidor that is literally stacked full of cigars right now.
Okay.
We've gone so far off the rails.
Yeah.
Nah, listen, bro. I'm telling you, 6-year-old me.
Really?
6-year-old me was slinging like 160s on the lane.
Yeah.
Not even
bumpers.
Kidding. No bumpers. Straight up.
So, who's coming out? Oh, Lashley and Sheldon are coming out right now. We hurt people.
All right, before we get into anything else, can we talk about this stupid St. Francis thing real quick?
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, hold on, real quick. There was a spot last week where John Moxley took a suplex. I'm still calling him Edge on Edge's spike, and it stuck to his freaking back.
Yeah. It's gore.
They were real spikes, ladies and gentlemen.
It's real spikes, ladies and gentlemen. It's gore of my comfort character. That's what I just witnessed.
This was the only time I was okay with if like the stupid wrestling legend podcasters go, it wasn't my cup of tea, because like even I was like, it was so cool, but it was so bad.
Yeah, Fox does that stuff. The only guy that's on the scene that's like super successful that is still willing to do stuff like that is like Janela. Those are the only psychos who are like huge that want to do spots like that anymore. And they will.
Because for those of you that aren't aware, Darby Allin is dead.
Yeah. He's been dead.
He's been dead. But and the Death Rider storyline. Okay.
He actually died from a heart attack because someone asked if he would go through the glass pane from the ladder again.
Bobby Lashley just ripped the postcard up. Anyway, St. Francis. You said not. Did you say St. Francis or St. John's?
St. Francis.
St. Francis. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about the stupid St. Francis athletics thing real quick. St. Francis University, a private university in Pennsylvania, has announced after beating Kent State in football as an FCS program and making the March Madness tournament in basketball this year, has announced that in 2026, they will effectively be moving all of their athletic programs to the Division III level. Not Division II, Division III. From the FCS level. A team that has done well in the FCS in football. Again, made the dance this year in basketball. Good swim teams too, by the way. Shout out to a couple of the kids that I know that went to St. Francis for swim.
I feel like they have a baseball team, or am I making that up?
No, they do.
They do? Yeah, I thought I've heard some noise from them too, but
Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, that's crazy because that's not as mundane as people are making it out to be. That doesn't just happen.
It's so there's got to be something behind the scenes that they're.
Listen,
I don't know if it's a money thing or what.
Listen, for those of you that don't understand, Division III athletics do not officially have scholarships for sports. Granted, Division III athletes get a lot of academic scholarships. They don't officially get any athletic scholarships, though. Teams don't, on the record, get allotted scholarships. It's primarily focused on education. And, well, I guess now NIL can kind of play a part in it, even though most Division III schools probably don't get nearly enough money to be able to do anything with NIL anyway. But I do find it funny that an FCS school, which is a private non-profit institution, might I add, had large levels of success at the Division I level this year, and all of a sudden decided to drop down to Division III, which is a non-scholarship level for athletics. That sounds like a money machine to me, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They're fully funded by the state. As a private non-profit institution, they're fully funded by the state.
And I'm not quite up to speed. Have they released a statement or something like that on the matter? Or have they just said this was what happened?
I'm pretty sure brief. Here, let me look it up.
It's really weird.
Subscribe.
Yeah, guys, dead air. It just feels like as long as this just doesn't happen, especially if there's no punishment. They're not avoiding anything.
No.
Like, why would you essentially be giving all your athletic scholarships and chances to bring people to your school like the death penalty? It's a self-inflicted death penalty of sorts. Like, I just don't get it.
So this is a statement from the university president. It was the liberalization of the transfer portal a few years ago. It was our inability to compete with the NIL scheme that's just out of our reach, plus the uncertainties that go along with being a small Division I institution. In a perfect world, we would have stayed in the NEC. There were a lot of factors that were really stacked against us that kind of forced us into this position. So they're just saying essentially that they couldn't keep up with the modernization of college athletics, I guess.
Weird.
Very
Yeah,
strange,
that's
but I guess actually now that I think about it, it does kind of make sense. If you're a small Division 1 university, you can't really keep up with Division 1. Why would you stay in Division 1 when you're not going to be able to have the money to give an NIL and recruit
Right.
and stay terrible? It's not like they're going to a bad conference in D3. They're going to the PAC, which is like W&J, Grove
Yeah.
City. Like they're going to the President's Athletic Conference. So it's not like they're going to a bad conference. I don't know. I mean,
It's just
Teal kind of
weird to
drags
me.
it down a couple points, but
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there.
Recruitment will probably,
Bethlehem.
yeah.
Dude, I can't even imagine the score of St. Francis versus Teal College in football.
Oh my goodness. I would rather go see
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights in my neighborhood.
I
That's
would
fair.
rather watch North Allegheny football play Steel Valley in a non-conference matchup.
Yeah,
I would
because
I
that
would
would be
rather
really
watch.
fun. That's like a good
I would
watch.
rather watch North Allegheny play Taylor Allardyce from the City League.
Listen,
I
this
would-
is a
football
call
game.
to action.
Listen,
Support your
listen.
local football team. I don't care. If there's a high school in your area and you live by it, even if you're not their alma mater, go watch them. It is so much
High
fun.
school
If you got
football's
nothing to
so
do on a
fun to
Friday.
watch.
Also,
Nothing like
I would
FNL.
rather watch the replay of the Edinburgh Bloomsburg game from last year.
Ugh.
But yeah. Also, just some quick notes, real quick. Tomorrow, we got Rocco from the tennis team on the show, and then Stan from the tennis team on the show Monday, and then Alex will be back next week with well, we haven't planned it yet because Alex, everything's planned last minute. We got to finalize a few things. We have the idea of what it could be, but so, and then next Sunday we got Coach Scott, the brand new Edinburgh football head coach, on the show. So yeah. So okay, moving on. And EJ, I know what I'm doing. You're the man of that, pal. Russell Wilson. Listen, man. I told y'all he's gone. There's a
He did
chance
the
he could
Tomlin
change.
thing. Listen,
We all
man.
knew. We all knew.
I told you guys he was gone. And guess what? He's gone. He's a New York Giant. I know he has a business in New York, which was going to make it easier. So I think that was one of the factors of Russ picking New York. Now, my question is, are they still going to draft a quarterback?
No. Here's my theory on that. I think it's similar to what the Raiders did, where they took Brock Bowers. They said, there's no quarterback here we're in love with, especially our position in the draft. Why reach on a guy we don't think we're going to go with? It's going to suck. Don't get me wrong. You've got Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson are going to be taking your snaps this year.
Don't forget
Like
Tommy Cutlets.
Oh yeah, and you still have Tommy DeVito on your roster. And so it from a quarterback standpoint, Malik Neighbors is going to be in hell again. Sorry, dude. It's just tough. But I would rather build around what you have than reach at a quarterback spot. Wait, see if there's a guy next year. If you're going to be bad, be worse.
wait.
You know,
I remember saying after the Notre Dame game, New York Giants, your future quarterback, Drew Aller.
No, just take a guy that you think is going to be a foundation piece for your future, punt on this next season. I don't care. It sucks, but you're just going to have to do it. Maybe Russ finds a spark. Maybe Jameis Winston puts up another 30-30 season. You never know. It's just one of those things that you're going to have, as a Giants fan, you're going to have to ride out with. I think it's funny that if Russell was going to land in New York, he had the option of going to the Giants or following Fields again and going to the Jets, which we knew wasn't going to happen. That would have been so funny.
We'll go to the Browns and haunt Kenny Pickett again.
No. Have you guys seen the rumors of Dak Prescott might get shipped to the Browns?
No way.
Oh, I just saw some little rumor mill stuff. I doubt it. It's very,
No.
very low hanging stuff.
Hey,
It's very
I
off
highly
season
doubt it.
content, but I just think it'd be kind of funny.
You know, EJ, you said Malik Neighbors is going to be in hell this year. There's another person in the NFC East that's going to be in hell this year, and it's the man you just mentioned, Dak Prescott. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Dak Prescott is now the only quarterback in the NFC East to never make a conference championship game.
Very true. That's tough. It took him one season.
That's
James
true.
Daniels, man, he's a dog.
As long as Russ starts this year, Dak will be the only starter in the NFC East to never make a conference championship game.
That's
And
insane.
he got paid.
True.
That's so
It's
bad.
true.
That's so bad.
But
How about them Cowboys, huh?
Yeah, how about them Cowboys? Shout out Ron. Real quick, Alex, I feel like you should be the one to give this shout out. Focus. My life.
We're not seeing anything.
Yeah,
it's
no, you
like
can't.
Minecraft.
It's pixelated and it's way
Yeah,
too bright.
actually. Shout out Fern.
Shout out Coach Fern.
Shout out Coach Fern. But yeah, so once again though, with Russ signing, there's a few things that I've heard, but at the same time, it's like with the Steelers, it's like, man, can we just, what are we doing? You know? And it makes me want, and I know, like, why would you resign Russ? He's probably not going to be another. He proved he wasn't the answer last year. He's not going to be the answer again this year. But like, I am so sick of quarterback talk right now. I am sick of hearing about it. I am sick of talking about it.
Is this
is more of a shot to Aaron Rodgers. This is more of a shot to Aaron Rodgers because make your freaking mind up, because we're probably going to draft somebody. We probably should.
Please give me Jackson Dart. Please give me Dart. Give me Dart.
Dude, it's like, dude, just get it over with. Just
I want Dart to take the Steelers down a house.
Rodgers, hold on. I know the Rodgers thing is not the Steelers' fault because Rodgers is just being stupid. But like, once again, it proves
is kind of the Steelers' fault. Tell them you have until the end of March to sign, or we're not signing you. Give him a deadline.
That's a good point. No, that's a good
point. Give him a deadline.
No, you're right. You're right. Because guess what? Now it's the Steelers or it's retirement because nobody else wants him.
Mm-hmm. Give him.
Watch.
No,
you guys watch.
Right.
You say that
right.
He'd sign with the UFL team and win an MVP and whatever their championship game is, like with a week left to start the season, and he'd ball the out. You say retirement, but he would show you exactly where he belongs, and then some team would pick him up mid-season.
He would never do that because that would put too much shadow on his NFL career.
I don't know, man.
To be an accomplished NFL quarterback like he was, and then have no one want to sign you, so you have to go to basically the minors and win an MVP and come back for someone to want you. No.
I guess, but it would be funny.
It would be funny, but Aaron Rodgers' ego doesn't have room for funny. It's already there's too much space taken up by ego, ayahuasca, and darkness retreats. There's no room for funny.
That's crazy.
My Packers ears, they hurt.
Yeah,
I can't do this.
I'm just tired of it at this point. I love Aaron Rodgers, but I'm so tired of it.
About Aaron Rodgers because I will just defend him blindly unless he steals from poor people like Favre did. Unless he does some genuinely heinous stuff, I will blatantly defend him with my life. I cannot
listen. I like Aaron, but now that he's involved with my team, I can't stand him.
That's still valid though.
Welcome to the experience. Exactly, it's not worth it. If this was Aaron pre-Achilles tear when he got traded from the Packers, I'd be all about it. Yeah, you guys want Dart, but I can give you Cam Scatterbo, and that's the best we can do.
Guess what? 10-7, 9-8, pal. But yeah, so few more things. Actually, probably a couple more things before EJ gets to Wisconsin. Okay, guess what? This is gonna be fun.
We're teasing it.
One, opening day. Listen. All I ask is you frickin' just try. Try to care. Try to show you care. Try to win. It's not that hard. Listen, here's a perfect example where it's already bad and they haven't thrown an official first pitch yet. How the hell? And by the way, as a reliever, fine reliever, how did Carmen Mlodzinski earn a rotation spot over Bubba Chandler, Thomas Harrington, or hell, even Braxton Ashcraft? How? Chandler, you want to argue he's not ready yet? That's fine.
Yeah.
Ashcraft, and same thing with Harrington, maybe, if you want to. But at least with, like, Ashcraft, brother, stop giving spots to people that don't earn it. We have everybody's prediction was that you need to start winning either in 2024 and 2025. It didn't happen in 2024, and now this is the roster you give us in 2025, and it's looking like it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
An unintentional Pirates rant tonight, by the way. I didn't even plan this.
It's okay. It's okay but like I said, I think you're pressing a little early. I think you need to just ride out the above 500 to the All-Star break, and then just eat what happens after that. Listen, man, I was raised a Mets fan. I know how this dance goes. Before the Wilpons,
take a picture of me and say the Pirate season hasn't even started yet, and bro's in shambles.
He is in shambles. It's bad,
dude. I am. Sorry, go ahead, EJ.
I'm just saying, but before the Wilpons sold to Cohen, I knew how this dance went. You have a good year. You ride on those laurels. You count on your fan base to be as passionate as they are, because the Pirates, although Pittsburgh is not a baseball town, it is a football town. It is, some would argue, a hockey town.
No.
Not now, but in the past, it's the Pirates fans show up. PNC Park gets numbers. We care. It's hard to care when you do things like this. But you're gonna have a good first start of the season. Just enjoy it. Just ride it out. Who cares if they collapse?
I do. The Pirates, that's a same crap every year.
That's a tomorrow you problem. That's a future you problem. Right now, you could just look forward to watching Paul Skeens pitch.
Another thing. Why is Adam Frazier taking reps at first? Why? Andy Rodriguez taking reps at first? That's fine. I'm fine with that. Triolo taking reps at first. Again, totally fine with that. Until Horowitz comes back. But why is Frazier getting reps at first base?
EJ,
It just shows you don't care. It doesn't.
I'm sending you.
This started. I mean, this started when you hired Ben Cherington. By the way, that's when it started. But the me already getting mad about the season started when they were gonna fire Derek Shelton, and Ben Cherington said, "Don't do it. He could win." No, he can't. The season hasn't even started yet, and I quit.
You're getting yourself worked up over nothing, man.
I don't care.
You know that meme, right?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Did I just make myself into a meme?
It's one of those where
Here, I'll send it to him.
when he's watching. Yeah. For I wish.
Why? Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Wait.
No, it's something else.
Anyway, yeah, that's just like that's my thing with that. It's just insane. But real quick before you go,
save us.
before we get to the last part, which is EJ with Wisconsin, what are your guys' thoughts on Bronny dropping 17?
Attaboy.
That happened. I didn't
Do
even
it
know.
again. Do it again.
He did.
Do it
He
again.
did.
Consistency. Like Shady said, consistency.
It's just. Did you guys see LeBron
Maybe
on
just
the
do
Pat
a number.
McAfee show?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought that was funny that he did it. LeBron is an interesting character because he doesn't do a lot of media spots like outside of his
No.
own stuff. So when he goes on the Pat McAfee show, it's gonna draw a lot of eyes. And for him it just makes me think he's retiring after the season, even though he has Luka, because he goes up there, he goes, the kid from Akron, the ping pong balls come out, Cleveland gets the first pick. You think that was a coincidence? And he's just fully like, just telling people the league is rigged. Like, just 100% just bearing it all. And I'm like, and this is like if we found out, like when, Trump just released the JFK files and it's 80,000 pages of like truth. And people are like, I'm not reading that. We've had conspiracy theories for years about this. I'm not reading that. LeBron going on Pat McAfee and going, the NBA's rigged. We all just are like, we don't care. Okay, cool.
I plan on at some point reading every single one of those 80,000 pages, by the way.
Yeah. It's just so funny to me that we have a prominent figure just going, so here's what you wanted. And nobody says anything about it.
It's like, honestly, it's like Disney making new Star Wars content at this point. It's like, that was my headcanon like 12 years ago.
Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, awesome.
Like, dude, I'm not even kidding. Me and my buddy, when we were kids, had like our own like real life Star Wars game that we played as kids. And we were Boba Fett and Dengar. And we were just two bounty hunters going through the galaxy. I'm not even kidding. Like, our headcanon was like literally the book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, this is the whole thing. Yeah.
And that was like 15 years before that show came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't care anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, we figured. I think it's funny. LeBron getting a lot of glaze on the internet too. Have you been hearing the LeBron parodies?
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, they're hilarious. I can't get enough of them.
Oh, God.
Okay. EJ.
Stage is yours, buddy.
Take a sip of your water.
Yeah. Let me collect my thoughts. I'm looking for props.
All right, you know what? We're gonna real quick. We're gonna when you come back, real quick before you start. Deep breath in. Deep breath out.
This is what we needed.
Go ahead.
I've had this hat. I'll show it in front of my face. Bucky's locker room. Since I was 5 years old. This hat has traveled with me across state lines from Idaho to Wisconsin to Pittsburgh, all over the place. I bring this hat because above all else, above anything in sports, I am a Wisconsin Badgers fan. I really thought this year was going to be different. I really thought John Tonje was going to be my savior. I really thought that us having a 90% free throw shooting team, some of the best three-point shooting I've seen from a college team in a long time. We had a system that was worked out. We were riding 4 games, almost won the Big Ten tournament, into the big dance. I thought this year Greg Gard has it figured out. This year he was working with less and he's going to get it done. And then I watched them scratch and claw for 3/4 of a game against Montana. Yeah. And I think, okay, some of those lower teams, they're chippy. This is their tournament game.
First round
they want to
jitters.
make it happen. First round jitters. They also got screwed by the committee. The Milwaukee Regional was right there. Instead, they had to play 4 straight days and then got sent on short days rest to play on Thursday in Denver in high altitude. Shafted, in my opinion. Doesn't matter. They come out, they win. It was chippy, but they won. We got BYU. One thing that Wisconsin does is they thrive on doubt and pressure. In my opinion, when they were the greatest, the 2015 team, Frank Kozminski, Sam Decker, they went to the Final Four on the backs of that team that nobody counted on. They beat undefeated Kentucky and then went on to play Duke in the national title game. Bo Ryan coached up a squad of a bunch of guys that nobody thought could make it happen, and they damn near won the national championship game. That's what this year felt like. I didn't feel like it was going to be a first weekend and out year. I didn't feel like it was going to be, oh, we made it to the Elite Eight. I thought we were going to the Final Four. I thought we were going to the championship. And hell, I thought we were going to win. And for us to come out in the second round against BYU, this is no disrespect to BYU. They have a lot of fight in their team. They take and hit more 3-pointers than they make 2-pointers. They can outshoot us. That was our big strength. But you know what we had? We had 2 things that they didn't. We had size and we had John Tonje. We come out and in the first half, we get thoroughly outclassed. Every which way, I felt I was losing my mind. I was rubbing my eyes like a damn Looney Tunes character. I said, this is not the Wisconsin team I watched all season. This is ridiculous. Greg Gard, why do we have 2 7-footers clogging up the post and still giving up offensive rebounds? They're putting it back in our face and hanging their nuts on our chins. What is going on here? I simply cannot watch this. What is this? So we go to the halftime break, and right before, 1 shot clock length left on the game clock, we get a nice little fast break. 2-on-1. We throw it down to the post to Crowell. Crowell takes 5 dribbles, puts up a brick, can't get the board, and then they roll down and score a 3-pointer to put them up 11 at the half. That is a 5-point swing. It is ridiculous. That is not, and you mismanaged the clock. It was just not the sign I wanted to see. They go into the halftime break. I'm pacing around my living room floor. I simply cannot comprehend that this is going to happen again. Again. Greg Gard can't get out of the first weekend of the tournament again. We come out of that second half, maligned, still getting out-rebounded, outplayed. The refs are calling some fouls that, I mean, it looked like 25, I believe, on their turn. I think it was Dickinson. I'm not sure. He could just dribble into anybody and get a call. And it just feels like this is it. This is the upset that they're going for. Greg Gard is talking about 4-minute blocks. We got to chip away at this lead. We got to win every 4 minutes. That's what they're talking about on the commentary. Everyone in the halftime show, well, Wisconsin can't outscore BYU. They're going to have to play bigger defense. This was my upset lock of the day. I'm getting mad. I'm getting heated, sitting on my couch. I can't imagine what that locker room must have felt like. And then they start clawing back and clawing back. And the worst thing that they could have possibly done is they gave me hope. And they clawed back and they clawed back. And you look up and they're down 3 with a minute and a half left. And you're like, oh my God. Oh my God, they can do this. And they're going back and forth, back and forth. They have the last possession. A 3-point to win it. A 2-point to tie. We get the ball with about 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't know what was said in the huddle. I don't know what play was drawn up. It looked like an ISO for John Tonje, the best player of the game, who scored like 37, the most points by any Badger in a March Madness game ever. And unfortunately, it comes in a loss. because instead of a drive and kick to a hot 3-point guy, what we thrived on all season, instead of possibly just going straight to the rim, hoping for an and one, getting a layup for the tie, John Tonje dribbles, hesitates, runs right into traffic, and throws up a bullshit fade from the right block and airballs it. Not a 3 at the buzzer to maybe win or tie. Not a 3 at the buzzer to win, miss, lose, doesn't matter. Heartbreaking. An airball on the right block from your star player to finish the third straight year, fourth, I think fifth even, of either no tournament or first weekend and done. I'm tired of being a Wisconsin fan in all sports, of being just good enough, but that's good enough. I cannot stand it. It pisses me off. And what really pours salt in the wound, it was not salt in the wound because it was beautiful to watch. The very next night, or maybe the very same night, it was the very next night, the Frozen Four women's championship game against Ohio State. Wisconsin women's hockey puts in an overtime winner to become the national champions. It was beautiful. It was amazing to see. It's their third championship in 4 years. They are legitimately a dynasty in that sport. I watch that and I think, why can't we do this anywhere else? Why is being just good enough for us? I cannot take to play one more game than Marquette this year? Awesome. That's great. It means nothing to me. I would have been happier if we got blown out by Alabama in the Sweet 16, because at least that's progress. I'm seeing absolutely nothing. And I have been a Greg Gard defender. I love what he is doing because honestly, I do not think this was his fault. As much as I maligned the play calling at the end and how that game was managed by him, he's working with scraps. I love the guys on our team. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that the best player on our team has to be a 1-year transfer who's played 5 years in the NCAA already? I love him to death. I think John Tonje deserves a statue regardless. He's one of the best Badgers I've ever seen suit up for us. And for us to go out like that, at his hands on an air ball, it just stings. It really sucks. That's why my bracket's busted. I don't care if you picked with I had like 5 brackets. But a lot of them, Wisconsin went
My
deep
brackets.
because I truly did believe in this team.
Yeah,
And it is just
boned me on my bracket too.
It is heartbreaking to see. And I mean, this is true ride or die. It's not like I'm on the verge of not being a Wisconsin fan anymore. But this football season, like this is what really stings about this one was a deep run here meant that I didn't have to care about the football season because I already don't. I have no faith in Luke Fickell and his offense. I have zero faith in whoever is going to be taking snaps for us because I haven't even looked into it. It is a miserable time to be a Wisconsin fan of the big 4 major sports because we don't have a baseball team. Men's hockey sucked. Basketball is disappointing, and Wisconsin is in the doldrums. I mean, a true dark age of Wisconsin sports. But you see the women's volleyball team, and you see the women's hockey team succeed the way that they do, and it is awesome, and I will always support them, and they should do great things. But, like, why can't we do that other places? I'm tired of being just good enough. I want to be the best. I'm tired of seeing Michigan and Ohio State raise national championship trophies and us make the Holiday Bowl or the Duke's Mayo Bowl. We broke the Duke's Mayo Bowl trophy. Graham Mertz, noted Florida quarterback, Graham Mertz.
Florida legend Graham
Anyway.
Mertz.
I can't. It is truly sad to see. Bucky deserves more.
Can't wait to see Julian
Anyway.
Sayin lead us to back-to-back natties for football.
Oh
boy. But
Brian Day.
all
You know
right.
what? I blame Ohio State for us being bad because your coach is a Buckeye. Our coach is a former Buckeye, and I will stand. Never trust a Buckeye.
Oh my god. Anyway, that concludes this week. I can't see Alex for some reason. So
Anyway, thanks for having me on, guys. I'm really happy to do the show.
Yeah, I got to go back and see where you said BS.
It was towards the end.
Yeah, I know. But all right. So Alex signed it, even though I can't see you doing the paper toss.
Good night, America.